Hey guys and gals, Mike Krieg at 113. Hope everybody's doing well. This is the President McKinley. Came out in 2017. Love this radio. If you're looking for an AM and single sideband set for CB radio, front firing speaker, modern functions, this is the radio for you. If you're just looking for AM and sideband, and that's pretty much what most CB operators, I'd say 95% of the CB operators out there nowadays are looking for AM and sideband because that's the bands, the modes we use. Some people are getting into FM, and I'm very happy to hear that. I use FM as well, but if you strictly just need AM and sideband, the President McKinley is the one for you. Still roughly on the President Electronics Amazon website. I think it's still about $179, and that's what I paid for it back in 2017. So the price hasn't really budged. Maybe in the aftermarket, it may be a little higher or lower, but I really love this radio. You got your noise blanker, your automatic noise limiter, and your high cuts. I kind of use all three of them sometimes at home, depending on the noise floor. Today it's pretty high. We had a magnetic storm G3 a few days ago, and I think the sun has been blasting off a couple more solar flares our way. So the geomagnetic storm and the noise has been a little bit hairy lately. But you got a frequency display, you got your RF gain, you got RF power adjustment, different modes from AM to upper sideband to lower sideband. Don't forget about your upper sideband. If you need a place to talk and everywhere else is full, don't forget upper sideband. 12 watts on upper and lower sideband and 4 watts on AM. You can tune it up. And it's not going to be on a menu function. There's no secret menu on the original 2017 President McKinley. There are potentiometers inside that you can adjust for modulation and power. I adjusted this one many years ago, a little bit. I adjusted the modulation up to about 98%, and I boosted the AM dead key to 6 watts, which makes it swing to about 25. So swing PEP is roughly around 25 watts or so, depending on my cadence in my voice at the time and what I'm saying or how loud I'm saying it. So I suggest if you're going to run this at home and you do decide to tune it up, make sure you have the proper equipment. And then make sure you use at least a 4 amp power supply or higher. I do not run any more power for what it is. It's pretty much barefoot. And I love the front firing speaker. Not a lot of radios have them. There is a Cobra, which has weatherband that came out in the 90s that has a front firing speaker. This one also has weatherband, which I can show you here.
Humidity 96%.
Yeah, it's been raining all day, by the way.
The pressure was 30 points per hour, becoming northwest around 5 miles per hour after midnight.
So there are 7 weather channels. I only get a few, 6, 4, and 3. But there are weather bands, so that's really cool. Sounds pretty good. I'll take the filters off. And you can see how well they cut. A lot of noise out there. But that cuts a little bit of it. The noise blanker and the automatic noise limiter does a good job. And there's your high cut. So there's nothing. And that's all 3 of them. So it does a good job. We'll put that on. So you got 40 channels, as you know, for AM. So your frequencies start from 20, channel 1. Wow, great conditions out there. Channel 1, 26,965 up to channel 40, which is 27,405. And yes, it does do sideband, and it does great. This is a good talker. I love having this radio in the vehicle. I think I might be putting one of these radios, I should say, in my wife's vehicle, Timber's vehicle. pretty soon. And really love it. Really love it. There were conditions before. There we go. Or not. But sideband's a real good place to make some easy contacts. And if you're talking from home base to, like, say you're out in the drive or whatever, sideband's the way to go. It's a smaller waveform and will travel a lot farther. On no skip ground plane conditions, I've talked 20, 25 miles on single sideband on CB radio. It is possible. Yes, there's skip, e-skip, ionosphere charging, all that jazz. And you can go, anywhere between like 100 and 3,000 miles or more. Yes, it's possible. But if you're just trying to talk to your friend or maybe your family members, single sideband is the way to go, depending on your terrain and conditions and all. If your home base is like at a good elevation and the car you're talking to is like 15 miles away, and then if they're higher or lower, at some point the person on the high end is doing the heavy lifting, but you will make communications. If you're out in the middle of Ohio, perhaps, and there's nothing but flat ground, you're definitely going to be talking no problem at all. Even if you have to go 15 miles down the road to your nearest Walmart, you still will be talking on this radio, or any sideband radio for that matter. But I really like the McKinley. It's served me well over all these years. And it comes in, a good price point, I would say, and you have your different colors. You only have 3. I don't usually use the blue, even though it doesn't show up in the camera very well. That doesn't really bother me. It's the blue light that bothers me, and the green and the orange, which you can, if you pick that, you can lower that. And I like this for when I'm driving. I can dim it, and it turns red. And I like red when you're driving. That's good for night vision. And you got your clarifier, your coarse, and your fine clarifier, your mode button, which is going to take you through your PA function, your Vox function, and your AM and single sideband, your weather alert. Don't have that on when you're driving unless you really know what it sounds like. It'll scare the shit out of you. You got your scan function and your memory function. You have 3 memory channels you can program, your 9 and 19 as well. Your dual watch, you can lock the screen, so if the little kid's in the car and they don't mess your radio up. You can also adjust your mic gain and your RF gain and your power as well. And it comes with the stock microphone. We're all familiar with this one. You can get the DigiMic if you want as an upgrade. That will work with the 6-pin microphone. So I've talked about the McKinley before. I've talked about the McKinley too. But you know what? My heart always comes back to the original President McKinley. Gotta love this radio. It's just a good talker and a great radio to have if you need one. And this is great for small cars or big trucks or whatever, or a home-based station. This is my Cricket 113. It's a rainy day, and I'm going to go play some more radio. I know this has been a long video, but it's been a while, so I figured I'd stick around. I hope I hear you on the radio. Hope I hear you on the bands. We'll talk to you again another day, another way. This is my Cricket 113. We're gone.